Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Skeleton Man. Skeleton Man, a 2004, probably director TV movie, starring Michael Rooker and Casper Van Dien. So what's Skeleton Man about then? Have you seen the movie Predator? Well, you've probably seen pretty much this film in that case. So if you can imagine Skeletor from the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie, if you took his character and plonked him in the plot of Predator, that's what you'd have, apart from Skeletor not having any lines or any real kind of depth to his character. Minus the kind of budget by about 99% as well. And that's this film pretty much summed up. So like I said, this really is just the plot of Predator rehashed for a kind of the budget generation, shall we call it. But in case you haven't seen Predator, I'll kind of run that over for you. So you have essentially a team of crack commando units, I think the Delta Force, led by Michael Rooker. And they're basically sent to try and trace what's happened to some previous kind of two groups of kind of military folk who have gone missing. And it turns out that there is this kind of shady, for lack of a word, predator or kind of some sort of creature roaming the countryside. And in one kind of amusing scene, they actually call it this, one character refers to this sort of area as, you know, dense jungle, but it's right next to a kind of industrial area and a kind of a bar with some lorries parked, so it really isn't all that remote. But anyway, there's this, we get told this bit of a backstory. This kind of Native American guy in the past basically went psycho and is now this kind of creature basically, and it's up to this kind of this band of military heroes to sort of get picked off one by one basically and try and kill this sort of creature who seems to dodge bullets with amazing accuracy. So that's pretty much the film. There's no real surprises here. It really does follow the kind of a fairly sort of basic template and really does play from the Predator schoolbook here. So let's talk about the actual Skeleton Man himself. So the Skeleton Man himself, I've said to you, yeah, he pretty much looks like Skeletor, but it's so funny. The design here literally looks like a Halloween costume. It's just a guy with a kind of a rubber sort of skull mask on, and he wears this sort of big cape, which in some scenes looks like it's tatty, and in some scenes looks like it's made of sort of plastic bin liner type material, and it's got this kind of wired hood to sort of keep it sort of, I guess, from covering his face. So you've literally got this obviously quite modern wiring in his hood over his head to sort of keep this sort of the hood area kind of like bellowing and stuff like that. Ridiculous looking, and he's kind of riding around on this horse and just sort of chopping people up. It's got a high body count, I'll give it that. And that's pretty much the movie. There's nothing here really at all. I should probably expect to be for a film called Skeleton Man. I mean, Casper Van Dien, you know, he's obviously here. So him and Michael Rooker are both kind of sort of genre sort of staples really. We've seen them in quite a few films. So if you like these kind of the cheesy B-movie actors, then you're probably going to like it. I mean, they give okay. The acting isn't terrible here, at least for the most part. So obviously, don't expect anything, you know, too Oscar worthy, but it wasn't that bad, I have to say. But just the cheap and quickiness and nature of this film, it really is beyond belief. But there's so many just lapses in logic, and I could stand here and pick holes in this film all day. I mean, there's so many things from, you know, countless things. Basically, people kind of like getting splatters of blood from someone getting cut when they're sort of like good 20 metres away, things like that. There's loads of holes you could pick in this movie. It's literally too many to mention. You'd be here literally for hours sort of going through them all. But like this is one of those films where it is so bad that it is kind of fun at the sort of same time. You just laugh at the kind of ridiculousness of the value of him. And the actual sort of, we're never really told what he is. You know, he just seems to be this, and he is corporeal because the end scene here, you'll kind of see what I mean. So he's not like a spirit. There is flesh to him, but we're never told is he kind of resistant to bullets or they just keep missing. So we see lots of kind of, you know, ricochets in the trees and stuff, but we don't get anything. We don't know anything about what this guy actually is meant to be or what his powers are. He seems to be able to teleport for no apparent reason, but you know, who knows? Like I said, it's kind of a fun film, and I do like Michael Rooker in this. He's really playing it pretty straight here, so it's kind of fun just to watch him in it. But overall, this movie is of poor quality, despite the fact that I kind of do laugh at this film when I was watching it. So I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 10. And that may seem low, because I feel like I've given it relatively positive marks, but it's such a bad film, but it's just kind of funny. So there you go. 2 out of 10 for me. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me comments, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.